The Rudraksha beads, sacred to followers of Lord Shiva, hold a divine origin described in the Shiva Purana. These beads, often worn by sages, yogis, and devotees, are not just ornaments, but embodiments of spiritual energy and cosmic power. Their story begins in an era when the balance of creation was shaken, and the Lord Himself chose to manifest His boundless compassion in a unique way. In the ancient times, countless beings, gods, demons, humans, and spirits, were caught in the endless cycles of birth and death, constantly striving for liberation. The world was burdened by desires, greed, and suffering, which bound all souls to the wheel of karma. Witnessing this, Lord Shiva, the supreme yogi, withdrew into intense meditation for the sake of creation. His goal was not only to sustain the universe, but also to provide a simple yet profound means for all souls to move closer to liberation. For thousands of divine years, Lord Shiva remained in deep samadhi, his eyes closed, his body motionless, and his mind absorbed in the infinite void. He meditated upon the well-being of all creatures. This great penance was not for his own sake, he is beyond bondage, but for the upliftment of the cosmos. As he meditated, his energy radiated through all three worlds, calming storms, healing wounded lands, and instilling peace in the hearts of the pure. But the burden of existence weighed heavily on the Lord's heart. He foresaw how difficult it would be for ordinary beings, chained by desires, to walk the path of liberation through intense tapasya. Out of his infinite compassion, he resolved to offer them a gift, a sacred medium through which even the simplest of souls could find divine connection. At the completion of his meditation, Lord Shiva slowly opened his eyes. Overwhelmed by the depth of love and compassion for all creation, tears welled up in his eyes. These were not ordinary tears but divine drops filled with his own energy, a union of both detachment and boundless grace. When these tears rolled down his cheeks and fell upon the earth, they transformed instantly into seeds. These seeds, over time, grew into sacred trees. These were the Rudraksha trees, and from them came forth the beads now revered as Rudraksha. The very name originates from this event, Rudra meaning Lord Shiva, and Aksha meaning tears or eyes. Thus, Rudraksha beads are none other than the crystallized tears of Lord Shiva, a living reminder of his compassion for creation. The sages of that era, perceiving this divine event, were awestruck. They realized that each Rudraksha bead contained within it a fragment of Shiva's own energy. His blessings crystallized in physical form. When strung together and worn, these beads could harmonize the body, mind, and soul, guiding the wearer on the path of dharma and liberation. The Shiva Purana describes that Rudraksha beads possess immense spiritual power. They were said to carry vibrations that could purify the mind, burn away past karma, and protect the devotee from negative influences. They became instruments of meditation, with each bead corresponding to the chanting of Lord Shiva's name. In this way, wearing Rudraksha beads became equivalent to being in constant remembrance of the Lord. The story further explains that different kinds of Rudraksha beads were born from different tiers of the Lord. Some beads had a single face, symbolizing unity with the Supreme. Others bore multiple faces, each representing different aspects of divinity, Lord Surya, Lord Vishnu, Goddess Durga, and many more. Thus, every Rudraksha, regardless of its form, remained connected to Lord Shiva's essence, but also carried unique blessings. It is said that the gods themselves began to wear Rudraksha beads, for even celestial beings could feel their spiritual potency. Sages adopted them as part of their discipline, wearing them on the chest, arms, and heads, knowing that they invoked Shiva's constant protection. Kings, too, wore them, believing Rudraksha would grant wisdom, strength, and a sense of justice in governance. As time passed, the use of Rudraksha spread across the world. Yogis discovered that wearing them calmed the nervous system, aided meditation, and sharpened concentration. Warriors wore them for courage, and householders wore them for peace and prosperity. Every walk of life found blessings through these sacred beads, and all traced their origin back to the tears of the Lord. The significance of the Rudraksha beads goes even deeper. Each bead is said to be alive with prana, or life energy. When touched by a devotee, the bead harmonizes with their breath, syncing the rhythm of the human body with the cosmic vibration. This is why chanting mantras with Rudraksha malas became a sacred practice, aligning the seeker with Lord Shiva's eternal presence. The Purana also narrates that Rudraksha beads act as shields of dharma. Evil spirits and negative energies are powerless against their vibrations. When worn with faith, they strengthen the aura of the devotee, turning them into a vessel of divine energy. For this reason, Lord Shiva himself is depicted wearing garlands of Rudraksha beads, showing his eternal association with them. Beyond protection, Rudraksha beads symbolize the balance between worldly life and spiritual pursuit. Just as Lord Shiva embodies both asceticism and divine rulership, Rudraksha beads help devotees live in the world without being consumed by it. They serve as constant reminders that liberation is possible for anyone, whether sage or householder, warrior or king. The birth of Rudraksha also highlights the compassion of Lord Shiva. While many gods offered boons to specific devotees, Rudraksha was his universal gift, available to all beings without distinction. This is why Rudraksha beads are revered even today, crossing barriers of caste, creed, or region. They are a living proof of Shiva's love for creation. The sacred trees that bore these beads were themselves considered manifestations of divine grace. Their leaves, bark, and seeds all carried healing properties, offering medicine for both the body and spirit. Thus, Rudraksha became not just a spiritual tool, but also a natural source of harmony with the environment. Even in the modern era, Rudraksha beads continue to inspire awe and devotion. They are worn by seekers of truth, practitioners of yoga, and those who wish to connect with the infinite. Their story reminds humanity that the Lord's tears, born from his meditation and compassion, can transform into a guiding force for liberation. Thus, the tale of Rudraksha is not merely about beads or ornaments. It is a cosmic story of how the tears of Lord Shiva, born from his boundless love, crystallized into seeds that grew into eternal symbols of spiritual power. Each bead is a living connection to the Lord himself, a reminder that even the simplest object can carry the deepest truth of the universe. In this way, the Rudraksha beads became a sacred bridge between the divine and mortal realms. They are the tears of the Supreme transformed into blessings, guiding every soul towards peace, protection, and the ultimate liberation. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mythology Medley. Click the bell icon for more such amazing mythological content.